welcome. You're here at Manifesting Your Dreams with Pablo, Miguel, and oh my God, I'm so excited. We're just having so much fun today. We have a spectacular show for you today. And before I start, I'd like to mention our producer has tickets. You can win some tickets, and your friends can win some tickets for the show in Las Vegas and for the brunch buffet. All you have to do is make a comment if you're on the Facebook Live right now. Make a comment and also tag a friend. So when you tag a friend, for every friend you tag, they're gonna enter the raffle, and also you're gonna enter the raffle. And today, one of the lucky you will get free a brunch in Las Vegas and a free ticket for the show as well. But if you've been with us before, you know we always have a spectacular show. If you're watching for the first time, Manifesting Your Dreams is about helping you manifest your dreams, and we're using it with a book that was written actually in 1937, and those principles are so strong, they're still valid today. Think and Grow Rich. And Napoleon Hill actually discovered, after interviewing the 500 most prominent, most successful, most fulfilled people of their time, 17 principles they all have in common. So the question you may want to ask yourself is, which one are you missing if you're not reaching your dreams yet? And today we're gonna go over the sixth sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth sense, and it's one of the most important of the whole philosophy. And for that, I am so excited because I've been trying to get this lady in our show for months now. And I say, hey, Beverly, where are you? Oh, right now I'm in Montana. I said, where are you? Oh, right now I'm in Colorado. And where are you? Oh, right now I'm in Florida. I mean, she's been traveling all over the country, but today she's in Las Vegas.
Yes.
So she's here as our guest. So we're so excited because when I think of people who are living life on their terms, and if you're going to manifest your dreams, isn't that what you want to do? Live life on your terms, when you determine where you are, what you do, how you do it, who you do it with. This young lady is actually, her picture is right there as a description. So Beverly Zimet, welcome to our show today. We're so excited. So just take a minute and introduce yourself to our nice audience today.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you all for being here, because you know what? This show is nothing without you guys. And this is about you. So hopefully my little story will help inspire you, because I started way back when I was 5 years old, which I had no clue what was going on then. I just knew I was a little rebel, and I wasn't having anybody tell me what to do. And that was all the way down to taking pictures. My mom's got pictures of me with my hair all messed up and everything, because me? No, don't put your hands on your lap like a neat little lady. You're going to do it this way. And, oh my gosh, it's crazy. You know, so that has helped to lead me to here. And I'm now an inspired author. I've published 2 books. I got a 3rd one on the way. I'm a retreat facilitator. Do speaking engagements all over the world internationally, which is awesome. And for me, the passion of this sixth sense, which I had no clue growing up on a farm in Iowa, seriously, second oldest of 11, and I was born in 49. Let me tell you, there was none of that stuff back then. I mean, zero, zip,
that's 49 of the previous century, right?
Well, yeah.
So you've been through 2 centuries right now.
Oh
that's a lot of wisdom, huh?
Yeah. So I lived 11 miles from a plant where they built RVs, recreational vehicles, right? And at 5 years old, one day driving by, I said, someday I'm going to own one of those.
Wow. At 5 years old?
5 years old, yeah.
Wow.
It's like, I'm going to own one of those. And you know, in 1997, and we'll finish that story in segment 3, so stick around. In 1997, I drove off the lot of the Born Free, listen to the name of it, Born Free, right? I felt I was born free my entire life to do whatever I wanted to do, right? So I used to always sing that song, you know, Born Free, right?
Wow.
You know, so, and their little motto, and they had an animal that was always there, was a lion, right? You know, and that movie came out, Born Free, and it was all about the little lions.
Yes.
So they always had their mascot as that lion. And during the fair time and everything, they had that lion there and you could pet it. It was like, oh my gosh, you know, it was crazy. So growing up and learning more about what the animal, you know, totems and stuff are all about is that lion, you know. So you take a look at it, who's this little kitten, you know, that turns into this roaring, powerful lion.
Yeah.
You know, and I look at myself as being that way. So I was always out to prove something to everybody. I grew up my life fighting. I mean, I just fought because I was short, I was teased a lot, I was picked on a lot, so I battled my way through everything.
And how many kids in your household?
There's 11 of us.
11.
And I was
11.
second oldest. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And for me to get even, it was learning how to instigate. You know, so again, you talk about that sixth sense, right? It's that knowing, you don't know how you know, but you just know. So I could set the kids up, like at school, especially that's where I got picked on so much, right? Is I would set something up so that I know that if they got found out by the teachers, they'd get in trouble.
Oh boy.
So, but I could instigate, I could sell, I could get them convinced to do anything. So I'd put my plan of attack, we'd be out there doing it, I'd be right there with them, and then I knew with that sixth sense, right? Oh, the teacher's coming, I gotta get out of here because I don't need to be found out here, right? And so I would disappear, the teachers would show up, and all the other kids would get in trouble. They try to blame it on to me, and well, where is she? She's the one that, where is she, right? And it was like, yes, you know. So I never let that disappear. I always kept that, you know, because when I shared things like that, you know, when I was little with my brothers and sisters, everybody was on the same page. But when you start sharing things like that you knew things, you know, I mean, when people called on the phone, you knew who it was going to be, you know, little things like that, nobody else would know, right? And so they started making fun. Oh, you're weird. You're this. You're that. Oh, that's stupid. You know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, well, we'll see who gets even, right? Who gets the last laugh. And that's what I did.
But it is a shame because we all born with that ability, right? And then people wonder like, well, what is the sixth sense? And you just describe it. It's when you getting in the car and you're thinking of a song, you turn the car on and they're playing the song, right?
Exactly.
So that has happened to everybody, right? Or the phone rings, or you're thinking of somebody and you look at it, just send you a text or something like that. So we all have that ability because our brain actually is a receiving station.
It is.
And a transmitting station. We all have that ability. Yeah. But unfortunately, when it happens with parents that sometimes they don't know, or family or whatever, that they just, nobody wants to feel weird, right?
Exactly.
Or I wouldn't say nobody, because some people like to feel weird, you know, but like most people, they want to fit in with everybody else, right?
Yes.
And this is one of the things that Napoleon Hill discovered is that, and by the way, it doesn't matter if you've been using the sixth sense till now or not, because you can start right now.
Exactly.
Right now, you can start saying, you know what? I'm going to start paying more attention, to those messages of this, you know, subconscious mind, a higher intelligence. And then, why do people pray? Like, if you think about it, why do you pray for the solution? And then when you get the solution, you don't want to tell people that you got it, right?
Exactly.
Or people think you're
weird.
weird.
Oh, you prayed and did that. That's not true. You know, it's
Exactly.
whatever you call it. You can call it meditation.
Yeah.
You can call it coincidences. You can call it prayer. You can call it manifestation. You can call it law of attraction. It's all the same thing.
But we're all connected. The truth is that we're all connected to everything in the universe that has ever been, and even that will ever be.
Exactly.
That's why you have premonitions, right? Like when you were 5 years old and you say, hey, this is going to happen. The challenge that most people have is that when they want something, when do they want it?
They want it like now.
Right now, right? And that's the biggest challenge. And that's something that comes with when everybody that have interview is like, they knew what they wanted. That was one of the key principles, right? You need to be very clear, hey, this is what I want, right? But you don't know when it's going to show up, right? And God's delays, somebody said God's delays are not God's denials, right?
Exactly.
So just because something doesn't show up at the time that you want it doesn't mean that a few years later they couldn't, right?
Right.
So, and that's why when I look at your life, I say, she's saying like, oh, I want to go over there, I want to go over here, and you're making it happen. So it looks like you have no restrictions, right? So how did that happen? How, you know, it's like, because most people are afraid to take action, right? And to me, it looks like you have no fear at all, right? So is that something that was always natural in you? Or is something that at some point you said, I'm not going to care what people say or do, or this is what I want to do, I'm going to do it anyway, right?
I think that was always part of my life.
Always part of you, so you never blacked that, right?
No, there was never a boogeyman in my life.
Right.
Okay, and if there was, I could fight my way through it.
Okay.
You know, so I never allowed myself to be defeated, and I was always out there to prove everything. I need to prove this to my dad. I need to prove this to my mom. I need to prove this to my teachers. I need to prove this.
So that was a strong motivation.
Very strong. Okay. Very strong in that.
That was a drive. That's part of the drive, right?
But you know,
I'm going to show them, right?
Yeah. But it also comes back to bite you in the butt sometimes, and it did that. It did that. And I'll share this little piece of the story. I was 20 years old. I was living on my own in Des Moines. I was working there, and I finished my 1 year college and whatever, and everything was going great. And I was home for the weekend, and my mom and I got in an argument. And I said, fine. And I left, and I was like, you're not going to tell me what to do. I mean, this is going through my head, right? And it's like, you know, I'm 20. You can't tell me what to do anymore, blah, 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 blah. And I ended up spending the night with my boyfriend. First time I ever had sex in my life, right? First time. And guess what happened? I was pregnant. 7 months later, I tell my mom, Mom, I'm kind of like going to have a baby here in a couple of months, right? Because I didn't show. And the first thing she says, well, you know, you don't have to get married. Well, of course, what was I going to do? So I get married, end up with 2 more kids, I should say. You know, so sex 3 times, 3 kids, right? And we'll save that for the next segment to hear the rest of that story.
That is fantastic, you know, because if you think about some of everything that happened to us that is actually frame us to who we are today, and sometimes we even forget what it is. So we're going to be back in another segment, but if you just join us, you're in Manifesting Your Dreams, you want to tag a friend, because we're giving away, our producer is giving away tickets for the show. So you need to tag a friend, make a comment if there's anything that Beverly shared or about the 6th sense that got your attention. We're going to read about it, and then you and the person that you tag with, you will both enter into the raffle. But we're going to be in the second segment. This lady wrote a bunch of books. I want to know how she did it. She's been giving seminars all over the country and international. Mm-hmm. I want to know how she manifested that. And if you want to stay connected with us, just go to www.manifestingyourdreams.net, N-E-T, okay? And sign up as a VIP, so we'll keep you posted with new events that are going to coming up. So we're going to be right back. We just have a couple of sponsors. Tag a friend, and we'll see you the next time. Great job, girl.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Good. We'll see you in a minute.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Sick of your unfulfilling and stressful job? Wouldn't you rather have fun, freedom, and fulfillment in your life? World Ventures can help you experience more passion and adventure with amazing vacations at an affordable price. 5-star VIP vacations at 2-star prices with our total vacation packages. By joining the VIP Vacation Club, you can enjoy your vacation in style. You should be here.
Hi everyone, Jennifer Mitsuko DeCueto. I am a print, hair, and body paint model here in Las Vegas. I am inviting you to watch A Fab Life with JC every Monday at 6 p.m. on social media shows.
And welcome back. You're Manifesting Your Dreams with Pablo, Miguel, and today we're talking about the 6th sense, and it was so exciting. If you missed the previous segment, you want to go back and watch the replay, because there are a couple of stories there that were amazing. And we're giving away a ticket for the show. Tag a friend, make a comment below so you can enter. By the end of the show today, we're going to give away 2 buffet tickets here in Las Vegas and a show for 2. But I got a couple of questions, messages saying, what exactly is the 6th sense, right? Because we're talking about the 6th sense, right? So this is from the book, I Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I'm just going to, you want to read the whole book, you want to read the whole chapter, but this is something, that I just want to bring up to your attention, is the 13th principle. Could you believe we've been through 12 principles already in the show 12 different guests that have manifested in the dreams, and it says, it's known as the sixth sense through which infinite intelligence may and will communicate voluntarily without any effort from or demand by the individual. You can call it God, you can call it nature, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but your brain actually has the ability to tap into that infinite intelligence. This principle is the apex of the philosophy. It can be assimilated, understood, and applied only by first mastering the other 12 principles. So this is not something that you're going to master right away. It takes effort, like anything worth knowing and doing and be a master of. It takes practice, right? But this is a way that you practice. Next time the phone rings or you get a text, just say, who might that be? And think of one person without the fear of being wrong.
That's
okay?
Good, yeah.
And then you go and you say, oh, that's probably Beverly calling. And you go and you say, oh my God, it was Beverly, right? That's how you develop, but don't be afraid of being wrong, because then that stops you, right? And you're going to start seeing, or you're going to get in the car and think about a song that you like. And maybe they're playing that song on the radio. So this is just like a simple thing, but this is something very interesting. It says, through the aid of the sixth sense, you will be warned of impending dangers in time to avoid them. And how many times has that happened to you? That you have the feeling that you have to go to the kitchen and you forgot to turn off the stove, right? Or that you have to go and check the door one more time and you didn't lock it, right? That's when you were using the sixth sense, but maybe you were using it without knowing. Now you can actually do it on purpose. And notified of opportunities in time to embrace them. Because people that manifest the dreams and people that don't manifest the dreams, we all have one thing in common, that the opportunities are all around us.
Exactly.
But those that grab it are going to be somebody like Beverly, who has not one published book, but 2 published books, and now how many, and one more coming out?
I've actually got one that's just finishing up in the editing, so hopefully it'll be out here in the next week or so. And then I've got a 4th book that's about halfway through, and so.
And I was reading, and I know this lady. I mean, and this is interesting. We met volunteering. So if you're not volunteering right now for an organization and a cause that you like, we encourage you to start thinking about that, because you're going to meet some amazing people when you go and you say, I'm going to donate a couple of hours of my time this week or this month for this organization. That's how we actually met.
Exactly.
And even though this is a lady that I actually have a lot of respect and admiration for all the things she's done, I'm looking at one of her rap sheets right here, and I said, oh my God, this lady is amazing. She's an identity revelation specialist. So anybody that has conflict with their identity, who am I, things like that, and a personal development coach. But I'd like you to take just a minute and think about your first book, because there's so many people that are watching right now, and if you know somebody that wants to publish a book, maybe now is a good time for you to tag them so they don't miss this section, they get a notification. Okay. So many people watching, they say, and I run into people every week, oh, I want to write this book, or I have this story, but very few actually get to write the book.
Exactly.
And even a smaller percentage get to publish the book. So now you're like, for you publishing a new book is like for somebody saying, I'm gonna go and watch a movie. Like you talk about writing a new book, like somebody's going and watching a movie. So how did that happen, the first one? How did you manifest that?
The first one, okay, in 1997 when I manifested my RV, right? And I took off because it was like I was getting booked in a lot of different areas around some of my classes and stuff, which happened to be on essential oils. I had my own essential oil company, and I specialize in blends, right? And when you understand what essential oils are and the blends, when you put them together, that's key, and it's like I put it out there to the universe, and I said, okay, if I'm going to be doing these all over the place, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way than going plane to plane, hotel to hotel. That's not for me.
Because you were doing a lot of little seminars.
Yeah, so it was taking me, further. I was living in Colorado at the time, so it was taking me, different directions. And it's like, so get an RV. And I said, well, okay. And it was like, oh yeah, I remember back where I lived, the Born Free. I call up John and I say, John, because that was the guy's owner. Back then, everybody knew everybody, right? And I said, hey, when I was growing up, this is what I wanted, was one of these, and now I'm going to get an RV. He goes, really? He says, where are you? I said, well, I'm currently in Las Vegas because I had moved to Las Vegas, right? And he said, great, next week we're having a show down there. So it's a big RV show. How about we get together for lunch? Perfect. So next week we get together. He tells me, I tell him what I want. He says, great. And he says, he's got an RV coming in, perfect size, everything that I'm looking for. He said, we'll put the back off, so we'll take it out because you don't need the beds back there. We'll turn it into an office, whatever. All these things. He said, we haven't got it yet, but he says, I'm going to make it happen. And he did, right? And I said, okay. So he said, I need to know how serious you are. I said, what do you need? He said, I just need a credit card with $1,000 on it, and we'll just leave it there until, I said, perfect. I gave him a card. There it was. And 2 weeks later, he called me. He said, the deal was done. We got your RV. He said, he called it mine. We have your RV sitting here right on the lot. So all you got to do is let me know when you're going to get it. I said, well, I'm not sure, how much do I need, blah, blah, blah. He said, you're going to need $20,000 down on it. It's like, okay. All right, $20,000. Okay, well, I can do that. So I go to working with it, and I call him about every 2 weeks. I'm still working. He says, it's still here. Okay, right? He says, don't worry.
So you had to raise the money.
I had to raise the $20,000,
okay.
Right? And so I put it out there, and put it out there, and put it out there. And then I get this message from my Sixth Sense Spirit, interview. It says, call John, tell him you're going to be out there on April 18th. I remember that date,
wow,
April 18th, right, to pick up my RV. And he said, okay, it'll be ready for you. I said, okay. Now, mine, I had like $500 towards this $20,000.
Oh, wow.
And now this is 4 days. 4 days. 4 days.
So you didn't have it yet?
Woo, I had $500 and it was like
God.
garage sales, everything, right? So now it's like, okay, I have 4 days. I'm going to be on that flipping plane headed to Iowa to pick up an RV where I need $20,000 down on, right? It's like, all right, universe, I'm doing what you're telling me to do, right? And it started happening. It started happening. I sold my business, which was the automotive business, and I'll tell you about that a little bit later. But so I did the automotive business. I sold it. The gentleman that I was cohabitating with at the time, we had purchased together slot machines of all places, and so we sold those. There were sets because they were just taking up space. We wanted to get rid of things, and so we sold that. And I ended up, I think it was just a couple $1,000s short. And this is Friday night. So I called my mom and say, Mom, can I borrow X amount, right? She goes, yeah, we can do that. So I had my $5,000
wow.
on Friday night. Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, I was on a plane headed back to Iowa.
20,000.
20,000.
Wow. And it's so interesting that you mentioned that because so many times people say like, oh, I don't have the money to do the things that I want. And when I read stories about people that made it happen, they sold stuff they were not using.
Yeah.
And one of the businesses that is like skyrocketing in the U.S. right now, you know what it is? Storage.
Oh.
Storage is like multimillionaires are investing into storage spaces because
people
people are buying all this
stuff.
crap.
Yeah.
People, we're buying crap we're never going to use just because Amazon is going to, it's free shipping. Okay, let me get more stuff, So people are getting all that crap, right? That's why all the cars are parked outside. Nobody's parking in the garage anymore.
Exactly.
I park in my garage. And people come into the house and they're saying like, oh, I didn't knock in the door because I assumed you were not there. And I said like, why would you assume I was not there if we have an appointment, right? And they go, because I didn't see a car parked in the driveway. And then I said, well, didn't you see a huge garage door there for 2 cars there? So I said, you park in your garage? And then I said, like, yes, I do.
One of the few that
happened to me multiple times. So I have to let people know that, hey, you're not going to see a car. I'm in there. Okay. So anyway, this we're gonna be back on the next episode. But this is something very interesting. If you need to raise funds, look at stuff you're not using.
The message I got, you're gonna love this message.
We're gonna wait up for the next.
No, it's short.
Okay,
just one line.
Yeah.
One line, right?
Yeah.
And I says to the universe after I got her, I says, you're really cutting it kind of short, aren't you?
Yes.
The answer I got was, what's the difference? You didn't need it till now. It's like, oh, duh.
Yeah, that's true. It's like you don't need it until you need it, right?
You didn't need it till now. So sometimes you think about it. If you get it too far ahead, what do? You rob Peter to pay Paul, right?
Yeah, and I'm like that. I could live with uncertainty, and sometimes, I may be going out with somebody that needs to know like 3 years before something's going to happen, what kind of shirt I'm going to be wearing, and it's like, but we're going to be right back. I hope you're having so much fun as we are, and tag a friend. We have 2 more segments coming up. Beverly is amazing. We're on Manifesting Your Dreams. Go to manifestingyourdreams.net, okay? And then sign up as a VIP so we keep you posted on upcoming interviews that we're going to be having. But you could be manifesting your dreams also faster, sooner, bigger if you apply some of these principles like the 6 sense that we're covering today. So we're going to go through a couple of our sponsors, and we'll be right back in a minute or so. So get a glass of water, start writing down what you like to manifest, and practice. If that phone rings, who is it? Get that 6 sense actually light up because you are amazing. We'll be right back.
Hi everyone, we would like to welcome you to our social media shows network. My name is Maria Pureza Leventhal.
I am Lisette Presley.
Hey, I'm Joseph Steven Skoda.
And I'm Jeff Fisher.
Welcome to Social Media Shows.
A year ago, I have a vision about social media shows. On May 2017, I started broadcasting with a network. Early in August, we started Maria and Joe Live TV.
That's right.
And recently, we opened social media shows to all broadcasters and people like this beside me who have passion, heart, initiative, and commitment to help others.
That's a very great point. As we started our show just a short year ago, and Maria had the vision even before that, there's more than just our show. Because of World Wide Web, there's more out there. We found out that our little show is small compared to what is available to each and every one of us.
And recently, Jeff Fisher joined our group. Jeff Fisher has been in the marketing business for 3 years. And with his passion and vision, he joined social media shows recently.
Awesome. Thanks for the amazing introduction. And so, I'm definitely glad to be here with the team. I love marketing. I love being able to add value to people's lives, be able to get more help them to get more exposure. And so, it's definitely going to be an amazing journey. I just want y'all to know that me and the team, we definitely want to help y'all to get more exposure, more brand awareness, and really get your name out there so that you can get more clients. And so, being that I'm a marketer and I've been studying marketing again for 3+ years, and from the experience that I have out in the field with my own business, we've put together some solutions that can really help take your business to the next level. So if maybe you're a new business owner, or maybe you've been in business for many years and you're looking for lead generation, maybe you're looking for a nice website that can help funnel customers from A to Z, being able to get more clients consistently on a consistent basis. We have all the solutions to be able to help you do that for your business. And so we just want to say thank you for following us, but also just continue sharing our page. Share it, if you see content that you like it, hit it with a share, and any way that we can help you grow your business, feel free to reach out to our team because we have your best interest in mind. So thanks again for tuning in, and you have anything else you want to say at all? Or?
Yes. Thank you for that, Jeff. And what can you add to that, Mr. Joseph Escoda?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I've been in marketing and network marketing and all kind of different things for the last 20 years or so. And I've learned a lot. I failed. I came, brought it back up again. I failed again, brought it back up again. And I find out the important thing is to surround yourself with the people, like-minded people. People have similar visions that you do. And if you don't have the skill set, it's real important to ask someone to help you, mentor you, coach you. And that's kind of what we bring to the table. I have a lot of experience also with online and offline marketing. It's important. You get that lead generation. We need to learn how to follow up with those leads. We can have a marketing funnel for you, help you set up a commercial, or whatever your niche is, or whatever your passion is, let us help you. And like Jess said earlier, like our pages, share our pages, and just as importantly, give us recommendations. Tell us what you're looking for so we can better serve you, because we're kind of all in this together.
Yes, and let us partner with you. Let's take your business to the next level. We are all about branding, opportunities, and outreach to the community. Let's spread that love and let's join up, join our family, and let's do it together. In team, there is progress.
Well, thank you, and we would like to welcome you to be part of our family.
Come join the Social Media Shows Network and family. We'd love to work with you.
Social media shows.
All right, social media shows.
Yes, social media shows.
Social media shows.
Welcome to the
our
family.
And I wanna welcome you. I wanna welcome you to Manifesting Your Dreams with Pablo Miguel. We're here with Beverly today. We're talking about the sixth sense, how we're using the sixth sense to actually manifest your dreams. And if you're just joining us, when you think of somebody that is living life on her terms, this lady is a published author, multiple books, by the way. And one of the things that when publishers want to pick up your book, one of the things they complain is that most people never write a second book. Did you know that?
Right.
They're like one-time wonders. So a lot of people have written one book, but when you meet somebody that's written more than one book, there's something very, very special. And she traveled all over the country. She's been successful in multiple disciplines, in multiple businesses. But one of the things that we get a lot of comments from people, they say, well, I look up to all these people that are living the dreams, but it's not me. I cannot make it. You don't understand my story. I went through an abusive situation. My family was messed up. I mean, it's like we all have a way to rationalize why things are not going the way we want it. But one of the things that I can tell you, when you get to meet the people that you admire, that you respect, you get to know the other side of the story, that they also went through tribulations, they also had challenges, but our society actually don't promote those, right?
No.
We want to make you think that everybody's so talented or they got so lucky, right? So why don't you share, Beverly, some of the things that you have to go through, and actually challenges that you have to overcome also, because it is important that people know that it happens to all of us, right? So what were some times in your life that was a little bit challenging?
In the first segment, we talked a little bit about my childhood, right? And
I mean, 11 kids. There has to be a bottle.
Well,
right?
When you grow up in that,
And
it's
you
just,
what number were you?
It's just natural, two.
Two. Okay. With that
Yeah,
any
I got the
twins?
second child syndrome,
So you were the second one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that must be tough. That's why you're so competitive.
Well, and I was my dad's.
And you were the middle child for a couple of years, right?
Well, for 1 year.
For 1 year, okay.
But I was my dad's son till my brothers came along, and so that kind of started that competition thing, right? So fighting for mom's attention, dad's attention, growing up on a farm back, in those times, there was a lot of hard work on the farm, and everybody had big families back then.
Yes.
Because you needed farm hands, so to speak, right? So it was just a way of life. So it was the norm, right? It was the norm. So it wasn't anything out of the ordinary or anything, that's different. It's what you grew up with and what you got to know. But that little rebel me that I talked about in that first segment, as I ended that story, having sex 3 times and having 3 children, then the struggles came. Because the things that started happening in my life, it was in 1974. I had 3 children, all under the age of 5. I had no identity. My identity was through association. Oh, you're so-and-so's mother, so-and-so's wife. Oh, you pump gas, you do this, you do, you know, it was like...
What did your husband do?
He was a mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a mechanic. You know, and we were just living paycheck to paycheck, you know. Back then we had $50 a month rent, you know, that's unheard of.
$50? You know? Why so much?
I know. But, you know, so he was making $400 a month, you know, and it just, again, that was in 1974 in the Midwest, you know, so when you look at where things have developed from then. But at the same time, I found myself not being where I wanted to be. That's not what I was supposed to be doing, and I knew it. And I kept falling deeper and deeper into that dark hole of, why am I here? Who am I? And I decided, you know what? There's nothing for me here. I'm checking off the planet. I'm done. I was so full of anger that had built up through my childhood. I was angry at the world. I blamed the world for everything.
So you actually considered suicide?
I did.
Oh, wow.
I did. I actually put my kids to bed, and I went for a walk down a gravel road. You know, there's nobody to talk to back then. There's nobody that would listen to what was going on. But you know what? In Iowa, we have cornfields. They got lots of ears. So I started talking to the cornfields, you know, and I started talking out loud. This is why I really express in a lot of the work that I help people with is listen to your thoughts out loud because they sound different than they think.
Oh, wow. That's
it's
interesting.
Huge. It's huge. When you can hear what you're thinking, you'll get the best laugh of your life. I promise.
Wow.
Try it.
Okay.
Try it sometime. They say, you know, you talk to yourself, the white coats are coming. The white coats are going to come if you don't, right? They got it all wrong.
Yes.
You know,
get it out.
So I'm out, and I really was upset with God. I really was. I spent 12 years in a parochial school, and I just started yelling at God. I mean, you talk about calling him every name in the book and blaming. I mean, I just rant and raved and rant and raved to the point of no end. And then it got quiet, and I hear this voice say, "Are you done?" I said, "No," and I started it again, just screaming, getting all that anger and hate and frustration and unknowing out of my body, just screaming, 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 and then I started crying. I started crying so profoundly that I couldn't hardly breathe. And then I heard the voice again say, "Are you done?" And I said, "Yes."
Wow.
That was my surrender. And that was number one, biggest aha moment of my life, right? And because I was planning my checkout, right? And then the voice says, "So who's going to take care of your kids if you're not here?" Now that's a slap into reality. I mean, a real slap back into reality, right? And it's like, are you kidding me? They're all under the age of 5. I got to be around here for a long time. It's
That's right.
All right, so now what am I going to do? It's like, fine. If I got to hang around for all this time, then let's make a deal. This is where I was, right? Let's make a deal. I'm in a dead-end marriage. I want out of it, right? I want out of Iowa. This is not where my life is supposed to be. I want to start living my dreams, my passions, what I want to do. I want to travel, you know. I want the good life, right? And I had a whole bunch of other things. I said, so, deal or no deal? He goes, deal. It's like, well, that was easy. You know, so again,
wait, but you had to build up to it. Look at all the things you went through, right? It was an uncomfortable situation, but you went through it, right?
It was, and I had no clue how I was going to do it, and it was like, so I could see where I wanted to be. I knew where I was, and that's not where I was going to stay. Now I had this deal, so you got to keep your end of the deal, right? So what am I supposed to do? And the words came, mind over matter. Give me that one book, The Power Formula, please. So if you look at this, it's understanding the systems of your life, the heart-mind connection. The heart-mind connection is the mind over matter. Okay? That's a lot what this book is all about and how I incorporated that. So I went to work, and I just started following. I just started doing. I didn't think anymore. I just done. I just did, right? I ended up writing for 5 different newspapers, which is writing, right? Little did I know that's where it started. I actually did a radio show. Yeah, back in the mid 70s.
Wow.
Go figure, right? And
that was before the internet, guys.
That was way before the internet. I don't think that was even a thought, right? You know, so all this stuff led up to it, and I started making my own money, right? And I started living my life for me and my kids and what I was going to do. 5 years later, so it doesn't happen overnight all the time. 5 years later, I'm in Colorado. I'm divorced. I'm living the life of my dreams. You know, everything that I asked for came true. I built a 6-figure income in 3 years in the automotive industry, where it was a man's world back then. Women were not in this. I was what they called a wagon jobber.
Not in that decade.
No,
you know? Yeah.
no. And I had these big purple trucks.
What did they call you again?
I was called BZ Distributing. I sold sandpaper to body shops. Okay?
Wow.
But I had an admiration and a respect because of my integrity and the integrity of the shops that I dealt with. I didn't have to sleep with them, which I was accused of because I was getting so much business from some of the other paid stores.
If a female is successful,
exactly.
They will assume they were
especially
sleeping.
back then.
Oh,
especially back then.
Yeah.
But you know what? It started my coaching business and my counseling business back then because these guys would come to me and they would say, Beverly, you know, you're a female. I said, well, thanks for noticing, right? Because I'm a comedian by heart. And it was like, so my wife is, you know, we had this fight, or my girlfriend this, or whatever, right? So I would tell them certain things. This is what she's asking for. Well, it don't sound like that. So, well, what do you got to lose? She's upset with you now. What do you got to lose?
So you were like a liquorless bartender.
Exactly. So that part of my life was, you know, it was the ground floor for what I'm doing right now, which is amazing. So
it was natural, right?
Yeah,
natural.
when you look at everything in your past
That's
and then you start seeing it all coming together, it's amazing.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And
I'm so glad you're sharing that, because people look at your life right now and they think like, oh, it's so easy, or she's so natural, or this and that. But just imagine, it was a fight. A mom with actually, 3 kids under the age of 5, and if it's hard now to manifest a separation or a divorce, just imagine in that time, because you had the stigma. Right?
There was a stigma back then. Yeah, and you know what? I didn't care.
Absolutely.
Again, that's like you say, living, the way you want. It don't matter what other people think.
You have to be living in life in your terms. Yeah. And we talked about in previous segments about making a decision, which you did, about using your imagination, which you did, about using the power of faith, which you did, so that all these things come together. But wait, because there's more. There's more to this story. But my producer is just letting us know that we have to go to a short commercial break. But we still have tickets to give away, right?
Yes, lots of tickets.
If you haven't, just make sure, all you have to do is tag a friend below. If you're on the live Facebook show today, tag a friend or multiple friends, and make some comments. See what this is getting to you.
Yeah, the more tickets you have in there, the more options you can win.
And then if your friend wins, they should take you, right?
That's right.
They should take you to the show, right? For the Las Vegas show and a buffet. And go to www.manifestingyourdreams.net and sign up as a VIP to stay connected with us. But we want to inspire you, and I think you're doing an incredible job at that.
Thank you.
And we want to give you tips and strategies so you can also develop that sixth sense, so you can manifest your dreams faster.
Right, and we'll talk about that.
We'll be right back.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Sick of your unfulfilling and stressful job? Wouldn't you rather have fun, freedom, and fulfillment in your life? World Ventures can help you experience more passion and adventure with amazing vacations at an affordable price. 5-star VIP vacations at 2-star prices with our total vacation packages. By joining the VIP Vacation Club, you can enjoy your vacation in style. You should be here.
Hello, γεια σας όλοι. Είμαι το Greek Jeep.
Και εγώ είμαι ο Γιωργάκης, καλησπέρα.
Και είμαστε από τη Φλόγια από το Las Vegas.
Φλόγια το Flame of Las Vegas.
Yes, and you could watch us every Monday at 4 o'clock live at social media shows.
And that's 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
Ναι. And κάθε Δευτέρα, let's say in Greek too.
Σε κάθε Δευτέρα στις 4 ώρα το απόγευμα,
Ναι.
στο Pacific Savings Time,
Στο social media shows, μπορείτε να βλέπετε το δικό μας show.
Φλόγα
του Las Vegas. Άντε, γεια σας.
Γεια σας.
I wanna welcome you back. This is the last segment, Manifesting Your Dreams today. We're actually having so much.
Oh, we're having a ball. Oh my God,
if you want to have fun, find a redhead, right?
There you go.
Find a redhead
That's
from
right.
Iowa. And find a redhead from Iowa who is a rebel, right?
Woo!
But if you're just visiting, maybe one of your friends just tag you on it and say, what are you tagging me on it? You're here on Manifesting Your Dreams with Pablo Miguel. We want to share a story of somebody just like you who actually one day say, that's enough, okay, made a decision and said, I'm going to manifest my dreams, I'm going to make things happen. And we cover different principles every week. We're covering today the sixth sense. So actually I already got a text from somebody saying like, I already used it, you know.
Yay.
Like, so the next time the phone rings, just say, hey, this might be Maria calling me, or, you know, this might be John or whatever, right? And that way you can develop the sixth sense, because we're getting messages from the universe all the time, right? Some of them are just to let us know that there's danger, so we have to be a little bit careful, and some of them just to say, you know what, just go for it, just make it happen. So we're giving away, by the end of the show, in the next few minutes, we're going to be giving away a ticket for the show here in Las Vegas and a buffet. All you have to do is tag a friend, okay? So just put somebody's names, they're going to get a notification, they're going to hear, they're going to come back. But we want you to start thinking about something that you like to manifest, something that maybe you say, I always wanted to do this, but it's in the back burner, because it doesn't matter what happened until today.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter where you are right now, because where you are right now is the result of what happened in the past, right? But this moment right now, we can make a decision and we can make something happen, because you have the power. The power is within all of us if we just have to awaken it, right? And we're going to give you inspiration with real life stories, not just the theory. We're also going to give you tips and strategies, something that you can apply right now, right? And once you start manifesting things, then you find out that the formula is almost the same, right?
It really is
It's
the
like
same.
if somebody in your family is a great cook, right? And suddenly you share a recipe, they go and they put it together and say, how did you make that happen? Because they already have the basic formula, right? So Beverly, you've done a lot of amazing things in your life. You actually right now, I think you have a special drive to pay forward to other people, right?
Yes.
So they can also find their identity, and that's something that I love about what you're doing, because so many people are a little confused. We live in the time of distraction, I always say, because we get so many distractions. Technology has made it even worse. But I also believe we're in a time of confusion. So I say, if you're distracted, you need to focus, right? And if you're confused, you need to clarify. And that's something that you've been helping a lot of people through your coaching, and you also have a new book coming up or things like that. So why don't you share a little bit about those things, and then if anybody wants to reach out to you and maybe help you, you know, maybe they want help from you, how you can actually help them out so they can actually benefit from your 20-something at a few decades more of experience, because you went through a lot of hard times and tough situations, but you're still strong and you're still moving forward. So take a little bit of time and share some of those things with us.
If one thing I can say that has really pushed me through is don't give up. No matter how hard it looks, don't give up, because it's kind of like the gold mine, right? He's digging away and digging for years and years, waiting to hit, you know, that mother lode, and finally he says, I've had enough. He puts down the pick, he leaves. Some young whippersnapper, never dug gold before, walks in and says, oh, what's this? And he hits it one more stroke and hits the mother lode.
3 feet from gold. They quit 3 feet from gold.
Exactly.
Say,
So
right?
know
just
that
keep on moving forward.
That's right.
Keep on moving forward.
That's right. That's right. And know the next swing that you're gonna do, you're gonna hit that mother lode, right? Don't convince yourself that the mother lode is always gonna be 3 feet away. Just know the next swing is the mother lode. some of the things that happened in my life, I took a little bit of sabbatical from my my work and stuff because I had just reached a point of almost burnout, and it's like I just need to step back, revamp. Well, I came out of it, and all of a sudden, here was the internet. I mean, when I went into it, it was starting. Well, I came back, and it's like, what happened?
What did that happen?
Oh my gosh!
Right?
I mean, it's so different. So the marketing, the exposures, everything is so different because we can do it like here, you know, right in the convenience of your own home. You don't need to have this big radio station. You know, all of these things change. Just like writing a book, right? You think you have to go and you have to find a publisher, and then you gotta find an editor, and you gotta do all of these things. If you can write a book in a weekend, seriously. You know, it's just, first off, you got to decide, I'm going to write my story. Because you know what? Your story is going to touch somebody. And if it only touches one person, then it's better than none at all, right? Because it does make a difference.
Like the starfish.
Yeah, like
story,
the starfish.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so everyone makes a difference in someone else's life. You know, so when you want to do your book in a weekend, I mean, seriously, if you set an alarm for 5 minutes, and every 5 minutes, you don't think. Again, remember I talked about
Here's a strategy
thinking?
for you. 5 minutes
That's right.
at a time.
5
right?
minutes at a time, right? Get out of your thinking brain. Okay, you set that alarm. Now you write down as many names of that book as you want. Just right away. Doesn't matter. Just right away.
Like the title.
Like the title.
The title of the book.
Title of the book.
Okay.
Just make a title, make a title, make a title, make a title. You know, and don't go back and read them. Just write them, and when the buzzer goes off, you set that aside. Then you do it again for 5 more minutes, and you write down the name of chapters.
Oh, okay.
Right? So you want to have at least maybe 15, 20 different names of chapters, whatever they are. Just write them down, write them down, write them down.
So don't prejudge. Just whatever
Just
comes
whatever
in, write
comes
it
to
down.
your man,
Okay.
write it down. Because that's that sixth sense. Whatever pops into your mind, that's what you want to write down. Because when you think about it, you're bringing in your old database, you're bringing in your old fears, the old stories dredging
So
up.
no filter. See, this is the thing, is that don't filter. Just let it come out, write it down,
Yeah.
write it down. Okay,
Right?
that's a good
And then
idea.
because the buzzer will tell you in 5
Oh,
minutes.
5
it's
minutes.
up.
Let me tell you, you can write a lot in 5
You
minutes.
can, you
know?
can,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can. If you want to know how long 10 seconds is, skydive.
Oh, there you go.
Skydive. You'll know just how long. 10 seconds is a really long time when you're falling in the sky at 120 miles an hour. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. It's
Or go,
awesome
or go
too.
swim with a shark, right?
That too. I don't know if I'd want to do that, but skydiving, go for it. You know, so okay, so now you've done that, and then set the alarm for 10 minutes, and look at your chapters and say, okay, I'm going to have 10 chapters in this book, and which chapters would be, you know, similar or the same, and put them together, right? And then take 15 minutes and say, which chapter are you going to write first? Okay, right?
Give the order.
And yeah, you don't have to write them in the order.
Okay.
Right? Because you're gonna move things around. But it's like, oh, I think this chapter 4 interests me better right now. I'm more kind of tuned in with that chapter name. And take 15 minutes and then just start writing. Just start writing. And don't stop. Just keep on going. Open up the flow. Let it
Whatever
come
comes,
in.
whatever.
Whatever comes in, type it up. And then if you're thinking, oh, that fits more in that chapter, it doesn't matter. You can change it when you're done. Keep the flow. Keep the flow. Because your sixth sense has taken over, like you say, with no filters, and the information is just going to come in and come in and come in, right? And do that with every chapter till they're all done. Then read your book, and then you can start editing it, and you can start moving. Oh, that really needs to go down to this chapter, right? But you have the bulk of the book, right? And you have the bulk of the book. Then you take somebody else's book, right, and you look at it, and you say, well, okay, what's in the front? Oh, they just have the name, right? And then you come to the next page. Oh, they have all this other information, you know, with your ISBN number. And another little tip, make sure you own your ISBN number, because if you don't own the content anymore. So make sure you get your own, right, ISBN number. You know, and so just follow somebody else's, you know, program here, how they put it together. And that's all you got to do, right? And then have a few people read it. Find an editor. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Get somebody. That's something that is so people don't do anymore. It's like they just get somebody to edit. Just take a look at it and hey, find the typos, you know, grammar errors, something like that.
And you know what?
I'm friends with
Don't
that
make it
happily.
perfect.
Yeah.
Don't make it perfect.
Not yet.
But make it presentable.
Okay.
And get it out there. Perfection will come.
Yes.
Perfection will come. So, because if you wait till you think you have it perfect, it's not going to happen. And another little tip, You're not writing an encyclopedia, right? You're writing a beginner's manual, so to speak, right? So you can't tell your whole life history in one book without writing an encyclopedia. So what is it that these other people need?
And you can always write a second book, right? You can always write a third book,
that's what
right?
you want. That's what you want.
That is so interesting. So 5 minutes or 15 minutes at a time. So people that say like,
Exactly.
I don't have the. It's like sometimes people think like, I need to have like 2 years, right? Where
You don't.
money's gonna be
You
coming
don't.
in, and I don't have to worry about anything. No, just take
No.
5 minutes, 15 minutes
And
at a
this
time.
is stuff that I learned after I had finished my first
exactly.
book, and it's
So-
like, why didn't somebody tell me that before? It seems
Exactly.
like my whole life, Pablo, my whole life has been all these experiences, taking the long road, so to speak. Is like, seriously.
But it's important that you mention that, because sometimes people look at somebody that is having success or is achieving the things we want, and they think they had it all figured out, right?
Oh my gosh!
And this is like everybody says, like, no, I didn't have it figured it out. I didn't know what I was doing. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed to tell me how stupid I
God,
was.
it
You know,
was
it's like the machine was not working, and I never turned it off. Something you turned it on. Oh, I forgot to do that.
Oh,
you
I
know?
forgot to plug it in,
But
right?
now, after you've done it a few times, then,
Right.
then
And
it
it
becomes
becomes
easy
natural.
for you. The more you do it, you know.
And the work that I do, helping people find their identity, you know, and finding their purpose in life, and really recognizing it's like a forest. Sometimes we're too close to the forest, we can't see the trees. So if you kind of envision this whole forest, and every tree in there has an emotion on it,
Like
right?
a different emotion,
A
like
different-
anger or fear,
Exactly.
or ecstasy,
Exactly.
an emotion, okay.
Or happiness, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
joy.
Every emotion that you can think of. Here's this forest of emotions. That's what's on your blueprint in your cells, right?
So it's like we each have our own forest.
we each have our own forest. The same
Okay.
emotions are out there, but they're
Yeah, yeah,
different,
yeah.
you know, different intensities. So as that emotional tree stock grows, you have the branches. So if, say you have anger, now frustration, irritation, pissed off, you know, all these things are kind of the branches. And then the feeling, the deep, deep feeling are all the leaves, right? And the leaves, you know, are what feed, because they receive the nutrient, the rain, everything from the sky, you know, and brings it in and toughens up the branches, toughens up the tree and the root, right? And so it's seeded in there. So how do you eliminate? It's not the emotion that's a problem. It's the intensity of the feeling, whether it's a positively charged or a negatively charged, right? So what I do is I help you recognize the feeling, because it's so distorted. I mean, so distorted, because all thought is magnetic. So now you're bringing feelings from other people in similar situations, because there's only so many emotions, right?
Yeah.
But the intensities of the feeling. So now their stuff becomes your stuff. And then it gets built and built and built, and it's all distorted. 5% is yours. But that 5% that's yours is so distorted from
We
the
never
time you
know
were
what
a
it's
child
Wow.
to adult, because the database is all mixed up, and you're trying, well, that's not truth anymore. Well, your cell says it is. And it's the cell and that subconscious, right, that says, you know what, we've done this for 20 years. You think we're going to change now? Are you kidding me? And then...
Well, it's so interesting you mentioned that, because I've read that out of, like, I don't know, there's like a couple of hundred emotions, I don't know how many that we could experience, but like if you talk to any single person, they will experience about 7 on a regular basis.
Because
it's
you
like
have the
same
sub-emotions.
7. It's like you could always do
Yeah.
the other ones, whatever,
Yeah.
maybe, but on a regular basis, like
Fear.
80%, or depending on the
Anger.
person. Have you found that to be true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you meet people that are very happy, right? And it's the same thing.
It's the same
They
thing.
also have a little bit of fear. They also have a little bit, but the bulk is maybe gratitude, or
Right,
you know,
and they've
or some of
worked
those
on
positive
that. They
ones,
were,
right?
yeah, because that's
and it
what
takes
the
some
charge
work.
is. It
takes
does.
some work. So you
It
actually
does.
helping people change the tree, if you
Exactly.
will, or change the size
well,
of the
change
tree,
the
or
feeling by
or
just
change the
by
feeling.
getting rid of the feeling that's distorted, and then replacing it with the feeling that you want to have.
Because there's nothing wrong with all emotions are kind of like a call to action, but you want to be careful which ones are the predominant.
Well, which call
Right?
to action is running your life,
Yes.
and which call to action are you in charge of?
Yes.
That's the difference. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the feeling that puts you in charge or not in charge of, right? And it's really not as
That
complicated
is
as
amazing.
it sounds.
That is amazing. But at least people have an idea now,
Right.
and then if they want to get in touch with you, So should they look you
Right.
up on Facebook?
You can look me up
or-
on Facebook. You know,
And your name is in the caption right here. So
in
they
the
can look you up on
caption,
just,
right?
and you have a Beverly's Met TV, right?
Beverly's
The
Met TV.
Because you do like a daily show, right?
Every morning I
You do
do
a
what's
daily-
called the Ultimate Success Challenge.
So they can actually find you on the
Yes,
website every day.
yes.
Okay.
And you know, in the Power Formula, it's all broken down how you can understand the subconscious and the emotions
So
and the
they can get
difference
your
in
book.
the feeling.
They can order your
get
book
my
online,
book.
right?
Yeah, actually, we've got a little thing here. You can go to find it on Amazon. If you want an autograph copy, go to beverlyz.studio.com.
Beverly Z, like Soros.
Studio, and then put the Power Formula. Or
Fantastic.
just go to Amazon and put in the Power Formula.
Well, this has really been amazing. Hope you had a lot of value from this. I know I'm gonna watch this again.
Follow me because I'm gonna be on lots of podcasting. You'll get lots of tips.
Last chance, we're gonna give a winner. So last chance, if you didn't tag anybody. By the way, if you tag somebody right now, they can actually watch the replay. Right?
Yes,
So they can still watch the replay. We're gonna give away those tickets for the show. Hopefully you have a good time. And then remember that you got them because of manifesting your dreams.
Yes.
And we hope we inspire you. We have there some ideas here today that help you saying, you know what, there's more than I can do and I can enjoy doing them, right? So go to manifestingyourdreams.net. Make sure you become a VIP with us. And Beverly, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.
Next time we talk to you, you might be anywhere around the world now.
Oh, who knows? Who knows? I'm going to be back in an RV again.
Back on the RV. But we want you to create the life that you deserve, the life that you were born to live. Just stay focused. Make a decision, decide what you want to go, and use that sixth sense. Because the sixth sense is there for us. But if we're too distracted, we missed it, right? We missed it. So we're going to be here next week with another show. Go and make it a fantastic week. May God bless you, and we'll see you again. Have a good one. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.